Hi, this is Corey Veal again, and this is another episode of Corey J Dynamics, my YouTube channel. So, thanks for listening in. In this episode, I'm going to explain a little bit more about the new business ventures that I have that are going to be branched off from my parent company, Corey J Dynamics, and just go into detail for both of them, and also just give you some updates about as far as branding my parent company, and also about getting the logo for my brand name, for my brand trademark with the USPTO.gov, and that's where you go when you want to trademark your logo. So I'll start with my first business venture that I've really been working hard on the past week or two, at least the past week. So the first business that I'm starting is actually a mobile professional or business networking app, and I came up with the idea like a month ago, more or less, and this app is going to be designed specific. It's going to be for a specific group of individuals, or actually professionals. It's going to be the target market for this app is going to be business owners, like actual legitimate business owners. And when I thought about this idea early last month, I just thought, because this happened a little bit after I formed my company, Corey J Dynamics LLC, and got it registered with the state. But when I came up with this idea, I was just thinking, well, I have a lot of Facebook friends that own their own business. They have their own business, they're self-employed, and they vary in the types of services that they provide, and also the types of industries they're in. So even though I deleted roughly a little more than 2,000 friends, I still have many business owner friends, and they range from real estate agents, real estate brokers, realtors, people that own their own real estate company, not just like an agent. I also have people that own their own insurance company or agency. I have people that run their own marketing or digital marketing agency. I have friends on there that have their own law firm. They own their own law firm, and ones that have their own accounting firm, self-employed CPAs. I also have friends on my Facebook network that own their own restaurant, their own barbershop, their own electrical or electrician, whatever company. Also ones that own their own plumbing company, and ones that are even self-employed physicians. So, or even ones that own their own construction company or tree removal business, just for example. And when I came up with this idea for this networking app or this mobile app, I just got to thinking, well, Facebook is good, LinkedIn is good, Instagram is good, even Twitter is good, for social media. And, especially with Facebook and LinkedIn, those are good networking apps for people that want to grow and scale their business, or not just people that are experienced and have had traction and tracking their or traction in their business, that have had their business running for 4 or 5, even 10 years or more, but even ones that have only had their business for a year or two, or even ones that just started their business, whether they got it registered with the state or not, whether they're a sole proprietor or an LLC like with mine, or a corporation or a partnership. But even ones that just got their business registered, but they want to use Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter to network with other people to help grow their business, to just grow their client list, and grow their followers, their audience, and just gain that influence on social media, and just help them improve their business. And they just don't know how to go about it, the new ones. And Facebook and LinkedIn, they're good. They have good resources. It gives them a chance to connect with other business owners, other entrepreneurs. So I'm not knocking down or trying to knock down Facebook or LinkedIn. But the reason I created this app is because I want an app that provides not only that networking aspect of, networking with other, professionals, but I also wanted to provide make an app that provides more or better resources and tools to help improve your business and scale your business that Facebook, LinkedIn, even Twitter, that they don't offer. Even other ones that are coming up like Clubhouse. I don't know if you've heard of Join Entre or Entre, short for entrepreneur, but that's a new app for entrepreneurs. But these are all great apps. It's just this app that I came up with, it's just going to provide other resources and tools that'll help you with your business. So I do have a name in mind for the app, and it's going to have additional features that are just like, they're more advanced. They're going to require more advanced software, unlike your basic or traditional or standard social media app. Because this app is kind of like a social network, but it's more like provide outside resources to help you with your business, or like new business owners, regardless of the industry you're in, or regardless of the types of services you're in, or the business structure. And so in addition to the standard or basic features of this app, it's going to have features like similar to like if you're making a post, but with my application, it'll be a publication instead of a post. But it's going to have the same features if you want to comment, if you want to message someone, or in my case, it's going to be something named different than Messenger. But it's going to have that. It's going to have a create an account, sign in. It's going to have profile settings. It's going to have news feeds. In my case, with my app, it's going to be U.S. market news, which is really important because it deals with the economy and the U.S. stock market, or even the real estate market. So there's going to be 3 additional main features that are going to provide they're going to have different functions, and these 3 are just going to require advanced software when it gets into the development stage. So I already built the MVP template, which just stands for the minimum viable product, and every social media app should have one. So, but the first feature of this app is that I think is the most important is it's gonna be called the lending bridge or the lender bridge. Still brainstorming different names for it. It's gonna be one of those, but this feature of the app, it's going to have the user fill out basic information about themselves, like personal information, kind of like how they did when they created the account for the app. But it's also going to they're going to have to fill out additional information about their business, and the reason why they're doing this is so that they could it allows them to connect with the FDIC lender or bank so that they can take out a SBA loan, and also it'll also allow them to apply for even a corporate or business credit card, just to kind of help them with their business. So anyone that owns a business like me knows that, you know, if you do have your own business, you're a business owner, and you're not just saying that on Facebook or on even just social media in general. Hey, yeah, I have a business, or here's my website, whatever. But everyone knows that when you start a business, usually you have to register with the state. Not always. I don't think you do if you're a sole proprietor. I don't think you have to do that if you're that type of business. I'm pretty sure about that. But if you're like an LLC or a corporation or a partnership, then you have to register with the state. So even when you create an account with the app, you got to have all those things. Of course, you got to have your personal information, username, password to create an account, and even like contact information. But you also have to have like a business email account that's tied directly to your company or your business. And you also have to provide the name of your business and the structure of the business, whether it's a sole proprietor, corporation, LLC, or limited liability. And also you have to, when you're creating the account, you also have to, like I said, if it is an LLC, corporation, a partnership, there's going to be another like drop down menu where you have to name the state provide the name of your state where your business is registered. So if it's a corporation, or let's say a partnership, if it's registered in Massachusetts, then it's going to have, that state. You include that state. And like I said, it's just going to be like basic contact, but you do need a business email account. But like I said, with the drop down menu for the list of states for your business, that's only going to be optional. But anyway, back to the other feature of the app where you fill in information for the SBA loan. You have to provide like basically the same information, but like I never applied for a small business loan with the bank, but just like research I did, you have to provide additional information, not only about yourself, but maybe even like your business. Like you need an employee identification number. You need to give them that EIN. So when people go to this feature of the app, they're going to have to include that. And the same thing, they're going to have to include the name of their business, the business structure, the types of services that they offer, how long they've had the business for. And just like the same thing, what state you're registered in. and maybe how many employees you have. So not today, but tomorrow I'm going to be sketching out like a basic blueprint, a detailed blueprint for the page of this feature, of this lending bridge feature of the app, so that my investors can get a better picture of what the app is going to look like for each page of the app, and also what it looks like as a whole when users are using it. That's going to show each feature on the screen. So you just fill out information on there, but it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be too much information on this feature of the app, but there are some lenders out there, FDIC banks, where you have to give more information, like your balance sheet, how many employees you have, how much money you've made, like quarterly, annually, how long you've had the business, services that you offer, the type of industry you're in, maybe insurance. Like every lender's different, because there are a lot of lenders out there throughout the country. But basically the point of this app is it's going to make it easier for the applicant, for the user, to apply for an SBA loan. And it's going to be similar to the other part of the feature where you're applying for a business credit card, because I don't know if that's going to be as detailed as with the SBA loan, but you still have to provide information about yourself and your business. They may do or I should say they will probably do a credit check, personal credit check, for both of those. And what this app is going to do is going to link you to one of these lenders externally, and I still got to work that out. If we can get a team going for software developers and engineers and coders, not only for the back end but front end. But we need to. That's just some of the details of the functions or plans for the functions that we're gonna have to work out later with the team. But that's what this feature is going to do. It links them externally it's going to connect them to the bank, so they'll leave the app and they'll go to whatever lender. Let's say if it's, I don't know, Capital One, for example. Then they fill out, I guess, like more information. That's where, when they go to Capital One, that's where they finish the application process. And just from there, that's when it's out of, this app's hand. Like, there's nothing this app can do, because, whether they get approved or not for the loan, that's up to the bank, that's up to the lender, that's not up to the app. And there will be a disclosure or disclaim that shows, like, I guess basically lets the user know that, there's no guarantee, even though this app, the feature of this app can help them, like, make the application part, like, easier for them. Because, like, it is hard, like, it can be scary for new applicants for SBA loans or credit card or business credit cards when applying for those. But it just makes the steps easier for the user, instead of just actually going directly to a bank or finding different banks. And another part of this feature is it's going to find lenders that best fit, like, not only their needs but also their business needs. So they can go off of certain things, like, like repayment plans. Repayment plans, also lower interest rates, because when you apply for these loans, you're going to have to pay them back. So they'll want to look at your income, but it's going to connect them to the best bank and because they got to do credit checks. They got to do checks on your business to see like how much of a risk you are, and like just the best loan plans, and they're just gonna match them. They're gonna match the user to that bank, to the best lender. And and there's gonna be for this part of the app, I can include like instructions on how to use this part of the app, but it shouldn't be like, even though I will include instructions, it should be pretty straightforward. If you've registered your business with the state, or even if you're a sole proprietor and you have your own business and you're not registered with the state, it's still fairly simple, because even if you apply for an EIN number and you get an EIN from the IRS, and you also, let's say you apply for a business bank account, which is what I'm doing right now with my own company, my own business. I'm in the process of, that application myself, but like it shouldn't be too difficult to navigate. And like, you need this information about yourself and your business just to create an account with the app, just to be a user. It shouldn't be that hard. It should be just basically the same type of information that you used, to create an account with the app. It's just a few additional pieces of information. So, but that's why I decided to create this part of the app, this function, so that it makes it easier for business owners, not just new business owners that just started their business. Like, let's say someone just passed their licensing or certification to become a barber, like to cut hair, but like they just passed like their state licensing and certification, but they don't really know how to they can't afford to come up with the funds, like to raise. They don't have enough capital to fund their business. So that's why, a lot of new small business owners, they choose to try and apply for an SBA loan or even a business credit card, but, they just don't know how to go about that. When they go on my app, it makes the steps for applying for that much easier. And like, you don't have to do this. You don't have to apply for an SBA loan. It's just like some business owners, they choose to. And, like I said, there's no guarantee that you'll get approved for a loan. But it's just one of those resources that my app offers. Another feature that my app offers that's going to be on my app is called Credit Check It. So this feature of the app is going to be kind of like the same as the lender bridge, or the feature where helps you apply for and helps you try and get approved for a small business loan, but it's going to be different. So with this app, it's going to allow a user to check his credit score, his or her personal credit score. And the reason I included this is because some new business owners, or maybe users that have had their business for a few years, their credit score is not great. It's either too low, or it's not high enough. I mean, maybe they want to, like I said, they want to apply for an SBA loan, but it makes it hard to do that when their credit score is not high enough, like it's poor. So with this feature of the app, it's going to do a free credit check. It'll only be once. They'll only be able to check it once, but this it's gonna be like a third party. Maybe it's like contracted with my app, with the company, with my company. But the point is that this app will let them see their credit score, and if it's not good, let's say if it's, I don't know, like it's not bad but it's not good, let's say 600 for example, but it's still not high enough to, get approved for a business loan, for an SBA loan, then what they can do, like another function of this feature, is it'll allow them to more easily connect with a credit specialist that's going to be like external to the app. And doing this will help them find ways, once they get connected with a credit specialist or credit repair specialist, it'll help them to, I guess, like just rebuild their credit, just to kind of help them with their business. And that's good, to have, like, the higher the credit score the better. I know they recommend a credit score anywhere from, I don't know, I think it's like 700 to 750. I would say closer to 750. But this credit repair specialist will help them fix it. And, like I said, they got to fill out some information on this feature. But it's going to link them to another website, kind of like with that other app, that feature of the app where a user is applying for a SBA loan. It's going to take them to another website. Same thing with this. So the other feature, or the last new feature that's going to require some advanced software, is called YouInvest. It's basically, this feature of the app is where it's like you fill out some information too, like basic information, but it's not going to be as detailed, I don't think. It's going to be a little bit easier to navigate than the other features with the lender bridge and also the credit check it. So with this feature, it'll allow them to, once they fill in information, the app will connect them to a financial advisor or financial planner to help them, who will help them build a retirement or diversified portfolio, for themselves and even their business, and even if they have employees. But this, it's going to connect them to an investment advisor, and they'll go to another website. So I decided to include this because I've worked in the financial services industry, so I know how important financial planning is, and financial services is for business owners. And they can range. They don't have to be stocks or bonds or cryptocurrency. It could be real estate. They can be REITs. They can be land banking. A real estate property. But that's the last feature, and like I said, it's just going to be 3 additional features, and unlike your basic standard, social media mobile app, it's just going to take it a step further. It's just going to provide extra resources for people, for users that are starting out with their new business, and they're trying to scale it and they're trying to grow it, but they just don't know how to go about it. And in a sense, it is a networking app, because it's going to allow these users who own their own business to connect and communicate, and just help other business owners grow. So it's kind of like the way I see this app is like a business owners helping business owners. And that's why I created this app. So like I said, I really created or designed the MVP template, and I even got a angel investor interested in looking at my app. I already uploaded the MVP template to him. So the next step for me for this week for my app for designing it is to draw the blueprint of not only what the app looks like as a whole. When you see it, like when you create a publication, it has all these different features where you can click on each tab and it takes you directly to that page. But I'm also doing sketches of each page where it just goes into detail about the functions of each page. Like, yesterday I drew on a piece of paper the page for the create an account page, not the sign in page, but the create an account, where you give out you provide your personal information, your contact, and some basic information about your business. So some features of this app are going to be easy to draw out or sketch on a piece of paper. I've already done 4 pages so far, but it's going to be at least 10 to 15 pages or drawings for the blueprint of this prototype. But the reason I'm making these drawings is because I want, my investors, like this one angel investor who I've been talking to on Entra, I want him or any other investor, or even like the software engineer team or the QA team, or just to get a better, visual representation of what my app is going to look like. So, assuming what this angel investor says, if he's interested, he wants to move forward, I guess, and once I finish these drawings, probably by Wednesday, is to, I guess, get started, hopefully with the development process, the app process. And that's where I'm going to gather a team of software engineers. I don't know how big, my team's going to be. It just depends on, when you're building a social app or mobile app, it just depends on how advanced and how complex the app is going to be. My app is going to be very complex, so I'm going to definitely need a big team. It may be, I would guess, like at least a team of 8 or 9 developers and engineers. And there's even going to be a QA team. So even once this app is finished developing, it's created, they got the coders or the programmers, it's built. The prototype is built. But what I want for this app is to be tested for quality assurance. And I really don't know how long it's going to take between development, from the first day of development to the last day of, QA testing. It could be a year. The latest I want this released to the public is, I would say, May. That's the latest I want to release, and for users to use it, for people to use it, especially my Facebook network friends, since they have their own business. This isn't going to be an app for just regular people to use. And, that's one thing I thought about when creating this or developing the idea of this app, is that, it's not going to be for any user like with Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, where anyone can just use it and socialize with their friends and family, or post funny pictures, videos, and memes, and just do it just like as a hobby, is just for fun, and to connect or network with family members and friends. That's not what this app is about. It's, to me, I see this app as a professional networking mobile app similar to LinkedIn, but it's only for business owners. So it's going to be different than other apps out there. It's just going to be for business owners. It's going to be, the purpose of the app is just to help business owners scale their business, help improve it, help them get loans, help them build their credit, help them get, build a financial plan for their business. So, and there is going to be like a news feed, kind of like what they do with other social medias, but it's going to be the US markets. So, but yeah, that's why I created this app, and, for my Facebook friends. And, I really think it's going to turn big. So, but yeah, that's going to be my team. And there is going to be a QA specialist to ensure that, this app performs, really high. It's got a high performance, and that, that's the purpose of QA testing for any networking app, like anything that involves like software, to make sure that the app doesn't crash when a user is using it, not just on an OS system or, a laptop or a computer, but also iOS devices or Android devices. Make sure it's not going to, break down. There's not going to be any bugs or viruses. It's not going to, stop working. So, with the QA testing, part of, the development of this app, it's just going to ensure that there are no defects, no technical glitches. So, and if there are glitches, we got to make sure that not only like we can fix it, but we also have to know, I want the team of developers and engineers to know, okay, so we have this defect, but how do we make sure it doesn't happen again in the future? What measures are we doing to, to prevent this from happening again? So, and that's why I wanted to QA testing, and also, a highly qualified team of, software engineers and developers, because I want this to be a really high quality product. So I want a high quality team to help me build this and test it. So right now I'm just waiting for that investor. Hear what he says. I'm planning to give him the detailed drawings of the blueprint for the prototype, just to see what he says. Hopefully, like, fingers crossed, he's interested and we can get a team going. Hopefully soon this month. But yeah, so that's my first business venture. Hopefully, my plan is to make it really big, to compete with other big, large social media apps like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So that's my goal for the next year for, that little tech business startup. So the next business venture I have is going to be on a little smaller scale. It's going to take a little bit, not as long as the networking app as far as developing it or the idea, but the second one is going to be a digital marketing, or I should say SEO marketing agency. And this digital marketing firm is going to service a specific group of professionals. Unlike this app, it's going to target both accounting firms, self-employed CPAs, and also self-employed attorneys or law firms, so just accounting firms and law firms. So I have experience in SEO. Right when my direct marketing company, Non-Equilibrium Marketing, closed down back in March, when the pandemic hit, I was also working with and got hired with a digital marketing company called Florida Accidents. So it was just a new startup tech company. They hired me and they wanted me to work with them, but then again, COVID. But they did train me a little bit as far as digital marketing, especially like organic traffic and SEO. And ever since then, I've been dabbling into SEO, and I built a website. I was getting into affiliate marketing a little bit more than a year ago, and I did build my own website, or I developed my own website, and from that point on, that's what got me interested in SEO. So now I have another website that's tied directly to my parent company, Corey J Dynamics. That's the name of the website. But now that I have this other website up and running, my goal is to learn as much SEO as I can, and I use SEMrush. You guys should try them. But my goal for this SEO firm is to help, the law firm and accounting firm websites, to help them, help these professionals get their website, indexed and crawled by Google, to get it ranked higher so that they can increase the traffic to their website, increase sales and, just increase and improve their on-page SEO. So that's what this firm's going to specialize in, is both technical and on-page SEO, where you just use different tools to help, a website, improve their performance, improve their, and to increase their traffic and to get indexed by Google. And some of the things that you use, or that I'm going to use for, these law firms or these accounting firms, are fixing things about their websites, such as links, both external and internal, and also other things too, like keyword research. I have a little bit of experience of that. A year ago, when I was designing my website, keyword research is very, very important, because it kind of compares, like when you have a keyword, let's say, I don't know, popcorn. When you type in popcorn for the Google keywords, it ranks this keyword and it compares it to different companies, or different websites. And what it does is, if it's like a low competition keyword, then that's probably the keyword that you want to use, so that there's not much competition with other websites out there using that same keyword. And once you do that more with keyword research with different pages on your website, it increases your traffic, and it helps you get indexed by Google, and it even increases the, I guess you could say, like the crawlability for the Google spiders, that helps you get like on the first page of Google. And other things too, like, for example, meta tag description, and creating content. Another thing that's important is the coding aspect of your website, making sure that the HTML code is cleaned up, the CSS code is cleaned up. Basically all your website's clean, and all the junk is just trashed. So it looks cleaner. And another thing too is URLs. You got to make sure that they're good URLs. And that's the whole point of this with SEO, with technical and on page SEO, is that you have to get people to go to your website, because that increases sales. So that's my goal for this agency that I'm still developing and honing my SEO skills, so that once I create the marketing firm, probably in the next couple months, that I could help these law firms and accounting firms just build better websites so that it increase traffic and help them get indexed. And that'll help improve their business, and that'll also help them with their clients. So, but one tool that I've used on my own website, and I think every website should use, is called an SEO audit tool. It's free. You can use SEMrush. There are other websites out there where you can do the same thing for free, and you just type in your domain name, and it gives you a score from 0% to 100%. But I don't think it ever reaches the 100%. I'm not sure. But with my website, CoreyJDynamics.com, on 2 different SEO audit websites, I typed in my domain name for SEMrush and another one I can't remember, but my score for both of those was an 87%. Another one was rated like a B. So even though those are good or at least decent ratings, I still feel like my website, CoreyJDynamics.com, still has a lot to improve on. So I'm going to use my website for my parent company as a way to improve my SEO skills and help get my website cleaner and higher ranked and get it indexed, so that I can help these law firms and these accounting firms. So I should start that business in a couple months. And the same thing with my mobile business networking app. I'm hoping to get it launched within the next 12 months. I just got to see what this investor says. And, if he's okay with it, hopefully we can get a team going of developers and, software engineers, or, even a QA specialist. And hopefully we can get a team going this month and just get the building process going and started. But I'll keep you guys updated once I hear from him. I'll let you guys know next Monday on my next episode of Corey J Dynamics. Thanks again for listening to my YouTube channel. If you want to follow me on Facebook, I'm Corey J Vigil, and you can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and if you want to visit my website, I know it doesn't look clean. I still got a lot of work to do on my website, but there is a page for my podcast episode, Visualize with Optimism. You can listen to it on there. And if you want to listen to my podcast, it's on Spotify and also on Google Podcasts. So I'll be doing another Visualize with Optimism episode tomorrow. So tune in for that. Again, thanks for listening in. I'll keep you guys updated about everything. Thanks.